guys watching Batman the other day? Like during the morning show, you were watching clips of Batman.
Yeah, we watched like the trailer 5 times.
Like the Michael Keaton one, I mean. The Michael Keaton one. Yeah, there we go.
Right,
Oh, we're
right.
back. We're back. There we go.
We're
back. I think Ty brought us back. I think
Ty brought us back, everybody.
And we've lost our audience. Wait, quick. Talk about the Snyder Cut. Talk about the Snyder Cut.
All right, listen, guys. WB, this.
You see, and that is why I think the Joss Whedon version of the film is better than Snyder.
Way
we're
better.
Back.
Way better. Wait, what? Guys, didn't know we were.
Sorry about that. Kathleen Kennedy got mad.
Yeah. See, this is the issue, guys. It all goes back to Kathleen.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I guess you were allowed to show the trailer of the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
But not a scene from the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, like, how did they even know? It's not like there was music. Like there was music playing like da 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 da.
Yeah, we didn't
like that, you know. What if we just hum that like for the whole week? Just hum that, you know.
Yeah, let's see if we get that. Hey man, it's the trolls over at over in the search, you know.
Yeah.
Watching.
I bet you Jody's Corner reported us. That's who it was.
Jody's Corner.
He probably reported us.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. So getting back into that,
should we hear real quick from our sponsors before we move on to the next part?
We might as well, right?
Might as well. Today's episode is also brought to you by.
We are brought to you today by Bonk's Bar in Philadelphia. Bonk specializes in seafood and good times. If you're in the Philly area, make sure to stop by, and on Tuesdays, our resident producer Jack hosts trivia at the bar. Mention Pop Culture Corner to Jack and receive your first drink on the house. For more information about the menu or specials, visit the website for Bonks or their social media pages. All of the links are in the description below. This was an easy one, guys. Head out, support your local service industry. Go to Bonks, grab some seafood, some beer and wine, play some trivia, and have a good time.
Oh, I'll be there tomorrow night. We have trivia. I've already written it. It's all set. And I bought a brand new PA system a couple of weeks ago, and the bitch is loud. And when you play music rounds on it, the whole room vibrates in a good way.
Nice. Well, I guess Tyler just explained why we got taken down. So I guess we can't show scenes and actual footage, so we can do like the trailers and stuff. But yeah, so that's one thing that the Clone Wars does, you know, in a really cool way is, and like you saw there, that's some like pretty serious dark content. There's another arc too where Yoda faces a dark side version of himself.
Really?
There's stuff where Jack and Austin just became that's right. We are now the Bad Batch for
wait till Jiving with Jack starts. We're gonna get hashtag canceled. They're gonna be pulling us off YouTube. We're gonna be on CNN. And eventually they'll just give us a show on Fox News just because we'll take it.
No. Oh, no.
Gina Carano will be a guest. Why not? Let's just
go.
Remember,
folks, sure. And Tucker Carlson will be the weatherman. How's that?
Yeah. Listen, if you become a Patreon, you get to see that that signed autograph a picture I have of Gina Carano. And you will want to see it.
That's right.
We fire Austin and Jack.
You know.
There we go.
It's something we talk about every day here at the Culture Corner.
Yeah. We're trying to get rid of ourselves. We're trying to do as much as we can just to get kicked off.
Right.
Jiving with Jack becomes Jiving with Justice. Actually, that
Jiving with Justice. Yeah, exactly.
And it's not even him talking. It's just him eating snacks for 2 hours.
It's actually just the picture of him, and it's basically just that with like some jazz music in the background. But he said, "I'm thinking about it."
Those be Ty and Logan will be his guests, like just right here. I'll be down.
Right, exactly. It'll be nice. but yeah, so there's this arc with Yoda and going against the dark side himself. You see Qui-Gon come back.
Real quick about that. When Yoda takes on his dark side, is that another being, or is it sort of like Luke?
It's like a vision force thing on another planet thing.
Like where the hell was Luke in Dagobah, where he saw like Vader and then he cuts his head off and he sees his own face? So it's more like that.
Right.
Maybe he was Baby Yoda.
Yeah. So then there's of course the essential return of everybody's favorite villain from the Phantom Menace, which is Darth Maul. He gets a full story arc in this series.
Okay.
That is, it's so great because
why didn't I get to see any of this? I'm on season 2 and I'm like,
well, season 2 is definitely.
It's just like
season 2 is definitely it's an introduction. It's kind of
okay.
And I think season 1 and 2 are definitely they're bringing in the kid audience for sure. Like season 1 and 2 grabs that kid. Every kid once they see season 1 and 2, they're invested in Star Wars for sure. And then season 3 and 4, you start. You get the Force tree. You get you see. There's this whole arc with Darth Maul and his brother. And Darth Maul, his whole thing is he's trying to impress and become, Sidious's right-hand man. He wants to be Vader, and he's very passionate about it. And you become interested and invested in him as a character. And then Sidious turns on him, kills his brother, sends him off to another planet. I mean, the guy literally goes insane. I don't
know if I should ask this. Does Darth Maul die?
So Darth Maul does die. Everybody knows that. But he dies. He does not die in Clone Wars.
That's what I was asking. Like we know. Okay, so hypothetically, because we saw him in the masterpiece Solo, a Star Wars movie.
Boom.
But like, that's what I was wondering. Like, they didn't kill him off again, did they? Because that's too rich a character that I think they could bring back.
Well, so I'm trying to think. Star Wars Solo. Yeah, he's still basically where he is in Star Wars and Solo is probably like a few years before he dies. Like probably a couple of years before he's killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering if he could pop up in Mandalorian or something. I don't know. That's what I was wondering.
I'm trying to think. Where's the timeline of man? No, Luke is already grown up. He's dead. As far as I'm sure. As far as I'm concerned, in the Mandalorian, he is dead. He's very dead. But that's something. Yeah. Sir Nerd a Lot season 2 still getting its legs. Pretty sure season 3 is when it starts to pop off. Yeah. That's exactly right. But you get this really interesting arc with Darth Maul that's continued in Star Wars Rebels. And that's something. He's a really, really interesting character. You even see in the end of season 7 there, he's for the first time, and he's a tragic character. The Clone Wars portrays him as this Shakespearean tragic character. He's always trying to get someplace, and he's always almost there, and then his plans are ruined. And even though he's the bad guy, you still feel a little bad for him because the whole time he's basically just trying to become Darth Sidious. He wants to be the Emperor of the universe. And by season 7, you see he's for the first time gotten a step ahead. He knows that Anakin is going to become Darth Vader. He knows Sidious is about to unleash Order 66. He knows all of these things, and he even tells Ahsoka in season 7 when they fight in the last episode, in the second to the last episode, he tells her all these things. Join me, and we can stop all this. Ahsoka goes, "No, I don't believe you."
This happens in Clone Wars.
What?
All this that you're talking about.
Yeah, this all happens in season 7.
Oh my god.
So he's like, you need to join me. Ahsoka goes, "No, I believe in my master, Anakin," and blah, blah, blah. Little does she know, he's literally fighting Obi-Wan at that moment as she's fighting Maul. He's fighting Obi-Wan, and it's just this crazy, crazy story arc. But it's very tragic because, like I said, he knows all of these things. He could, be a step ahead, and then Ahsoka captures him and he's sent off, and Order 66 happens while he's behind bars, and it is just his arc it's incredible. It really is incredible. And Star Wars: The Clone Wars does such a great job of doing that. The other great thing that Star Wars: The Clone Wars goes into is the Mandalorians, who is obviously a very popular character. Now, yeah, there they are. Look at those badasses. I love the Mandalorians. Mandalore is another really great arc in the Star Wars: The Clone Wars series. Bo-Katan, who we all know from The Mandalorian, as she was introduced this year, and interestingly enough, the actress that plays her in The Mandalorian also voices her character on The Clone Wars.
Oh, really? Are you talking about Katie Sackhoff?
Katie Sackhoff, which I think is so cool. You know, I absolutely love that these people that, for me, were involved in crucial Star Wars stories and mythology are getting to now.
I didn't know she was in the anime show because she's a huge in nerddom because she was in Battlestar Galactica.
Right.
So she's kind of like popular.
I'm with Tuscan. I can't lie. I've watched this show probably like 5 or 6 times. I love it.
He says 8.5 times over.
He's got me there. But I mean, it's one of those that you can watch it 8 times over because there's just so much. You catch stuff.
Yeah.
Every single time. There's so much.
Just to clarify, apologize about the technical issue. Basically, what happened was Tyler did something. I don't know what he did, but we got pulled off YouTube, and me and Austin had to fight back, and we're back on now.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know what he did, man. I told him we shouldn't have played those trailers, but he was like, "You have to play them." I'm a literal Star Wars. Listen, we're doing Tuscan. We're doing Star Wars all week. Tomorrow we're going to be reviewing the first episode of The Bad Batch, and Wednesday night we're doing a quick dip into the Skywalker saga.
That's right.
And then Thursday it'll be TY's corner, and then Friday
Thursday we'll figure something out.
Friday. Tell us what you're doing. You're going to do a little blasphemy, right?
Friday's fun, man. Friday, I think probably my favorite thing about the Star Wars universe and Star Wars fandom is the debates that occur among the fandom. And I do know, we have to be worried about the toxic fandom and things, but I do know a lot of people.
I want them all. I want all the toxic ones. Us. I want them to make them our fans.
I do know some people that can amicably disagree with me, and so I will be basically going for a bit and just telling them all why they're wrong. It's gonna be a Star Wars debate. We're gonna be talking The Last Jedi. Obviously, there's a big debate of The Last Jedi. Is The Last Jedi even a good Star Wars film? Is it a terrible Star Wars film? And then, of course, there's the debate now of the prequels, which is a debate that's been reignited since the Clone Wars and since the new trilogy, because the new trilogy was so terrible that we actually went back and watched the prequels and were like, this isn't that bad. So
you know why? Because it still had Lucas's touch on it. You could feel.
And you know what? I want to say, I'm going to try to say
and
this.
I'll put it this way. The prequels don't ruin the original trilogy. Sorry, go ahead. There we go.
No, they don't. But I get so excited. I will say this. I have, as much as I'm not a massive, The Last Jedi is a masterpiece in the Star Wars filmography. For me, it's in the top 3, right up there next to The Empire Strikes Back. And then Return of the Jedi, and then The Last Jedi. Yeah, that's okay.
Listen, if you guys agree with Austin, back them up Friday night. If you don't, that's what the whole point of the show is going to be about.
Here's the truth, Jack. The truth is the truth hurts. So I understand some people may need to leave for a second as I talk about this literal, not only masterpiece in the filmography of Star Wars and the lore of Star Wars, opening the doors for so many stories to be told.
I think you
also
got someone
a masterpiece
you Friday night
in film. Oh, let's go.
I'm with you.
Hey, look, again, it hurts to know and find out when you're wrong, but it takes time. So I'm not going to jump on you right now. Again, we have the whole week for him to realize the truth.
Prepare your arguments for Friday night. Literally, write them down.
Yeah. Come at me, bro.
Yeah. I said I want the Star Wars toxic fan base.
Bring the heat, baby.
I want the Snyder Cut people who threaten Jody. I want all of them. We want all of them for Pop Culture Quarter. We will be a force. We will be like the Empire.
Look at Tyler. Please don't drive him away. We need him. I love it.
Jack
Tuscan,
like
yeah,
Last Jedi. Okay.
Yeah, Tuscan, yeah, prepare your arguments, dude. I would love to hear them. But one thing I will say about the prequels, the prequels are not masterpieces. They're certainly not masterpieces. Lucas definitely got way too in his head, and he had no one around him during the prequels that were like, "Hey, this might be a bad idea." Like I said, come at me, bro. But here's the thing.
Where do you live? Let's set this up.
Here's the rules for debate.
Jiving with Jack. We'll actually have a fight.
There are rules. There are rules to debate, right? You have to present fact. So I'm not presenting The Last Jedi as one of the best films as an opinion. I'm presenting it as fact. So
debates are about facts. Have you ever watched a presidential debate?
But we didn't see. That's the nice thing here about Pop Culture Corner. We don't need a producer. We do it ourselves. Yeah. But I think Lucas with the prequels wanted to make a 90s movie, not a Star Wars movie really. I think Lucas with the prequels had great concepts, great ideas, and what made the original trilogy so good and so well was that he had different directors for each movie, and he was fighting with each of those directors during the whole time.
His first wife apparently had a huge say. I forgot what her name is. In his scripts. Apparently what he originally envisioned, she would read his scripts and like, this is incomprehensible. And she would just sit there, go over it with a red marker, and he listened to her. And I think, unfortunately, when that marriage fell apart after Jedi, he lost someone who had a very, see, what was cool about the original trilogy is it appealed to a lot of people. And she was, I think, sort of the yin to his yang, not just in his life, but also with those scripts. She kind of saw what worked, what didn't work. So as soon as she was gone, he
didn't have somebody to go, hey, this might be a little far, dude. Or, hey, this dialogue, no person, even in the Star Wars galaxy, would say that.
You know what? The dialogue between Padme and Anakin is like a nerd who's never had a girlfriend. Like, all right, what does that sound? Let's talk about sand.
Right.
Girls like beaches.
I like sand in between my toes.
It's everywhere.
Tyler, I'd like to point out, if you weren't here, he said you would have been on Periscope only. That is not true because guess what? I'm playing myself right here, so I saw that we were stopped. Bam. But yeah. So I think with the prequels, Lucas got a little bit too in his own head. But I will say this, and this is something that gets a lot of flack, is the CGI of the prequels, and I strongly disagree. One of the things that made the original trilogy so good was not just the story. It was not just that it's an opera in space. It was a technological achievement.
Yeah.
It was nominated for an Oscar because nobody had seen this before. Nobody had done these things before.
You're talking about the prequels?
I'm talking about the original trilogy.
Oh, the original trilogy.
The original trilogy were
it was nominated for Best Picture. They
were nominated for Best Picture. They were trailblazers in the filmmaking industry. They were right up there with Aliens and some of these other movies that were, moving along the technological age in film. Yeah. And I have a lot of respect that George
about tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect that George Lucas came at the prequel trilogy with that same idea. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to enhance the technological aspects of it. I'd say that Revenge of the Sith is a technological masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. It's a technological achievement. That movie came out in 2005, and you put it on any big screen today, and it looks like it was made by the Marvel.
It's in early 2000s. Like, I think people judge it harshly. Obviously, since then, CGI has gotten better. Since then, we've had, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we've had improvements. What Lucas did at the time, him and I would say Peter Jackson at the same time, Lord of the Rings was coming out. There's no way you can film these on location. These worlds, you have to do it completely digitally. And then, of course, James Cameron ended the decade with Avatar. In hindsight, it may not seem that impressive of a movie, but at the time,
look, I would say that Star Wars, the entire Star Wars prequel trilogy, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, Avatar, The Lord of the Rings, those movies got us to where we are today. had those movies not existed, you would not have all the Marvel fun stuff or the Blade Runners fun stuff. Dune.
They took the
you wouldn't
risks.
have any of it. Yeah, these guys took the risk. So
even the first Spider-Man, like you could not
Sam
show
Raimi.
a guy swinging through a city before that, like without it looking weird.
Absolutely.
Look up the Japanese Spider-Man. You know, like it's just a dude, like, you know, that was what we call Spider-Man. I'm not taking that up.
Caught me off guard there. I like that. But yeah, exactly. You know, so that's one thing that I think people have to really take a step back and realize is that Lucas, you know, maybe he didn't have the story fully fleshed out or, you know, or fully put together or you know, but that's one thing you can say about him is unlike Steven Spielberg, who just became lazy after the year 2000 and has made the same movie 10 times. I know. Oh my God. George Lucas actually was still a filmmaker. So
he was trying to do new stuff. I do appreciate that about Lucas. And I think I'm glad that the fan base has kind of stopped hating him.
Right. And now they want him back, which I think is
the guy
funny.
called Disney white slavers. I'm like, damn.
That's exactly what they are. But hey, happy May 4th to Tuscan. It is at 2:00 in the UK. So get that trash out of here right now, Jack. I swear to God. You're so lucky I can't take you out of it.
Listen, I want to talk about Rebels because I've never seen Rebels.
Yes.
Did you want to get to Rebels?
Yeah, we're gonna get to Rebels.
All right, so real quick. I just want to do one more
sponsor?
plug for another sponsor. Yeah, we got a lot of sponsors. Here we go.
Guys, we're getting big. We got 3 sponsors.
We're getting big. Yeah. Here we go, guys. This is our last sponsor. I promise you. But the message is important. All right. You guys need to go back to the movies. Here we go.
We are brought to you today by Showcase Cinemas Deluxe. Right now, Mortal Kombat is in theaters, and we were live from inside the theater for all-day coverage of the film on April 23rd. Make sure to get out and support your local theaters now. See these larger-than-life movies the way they were intended, on the largest screen possible. Showcase offers X+, which is their large premium format theater. Not only do you see and hear the film, but you become a part of it as well. Find out where your local Showcase Cinemas is by heading to their website, www.showcasecinemas.com. Again, that's www.showcasecinemas.com, or by clicking the link in the description below. Remember, be Showcase safe. Showcase has implemented several protocols to ensure that your focus remains on the film, not on the pandemic, including new ventilation systems in each theater to ensure proper airflow, sanitizer on every wall, and so much more. Enjoy the movie the way it was meant to be, with a night out to the theater.
Real quick, Tuscan Productions, they're our sponsors. We do every major review live from Showcase Cinema Deluxe. So they're supporting us and we're supporting them. So if you have
your next one is going to be, are you guys doing
I think we might be doing Spiral. We might be doing that.
Cool.
And I can get into the Saw things. I don't think you have to see all the Saw movies, but I've seen them for you. So
right.
We can get into that.
Just like I watched the Clone Wars for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Black Widow, Fast and Furious 9. I think we're probably going to do also. What else is coming out? I'm going to push to see if we can do Conjuring also, because those movies I think are pretty fun.
Do the Conjuring.
Conjuring,
man. I'll be honest. I was just kind of, I was hoping that you do one for, what's that one that? Isn't that Ryan Reynolds coming out this summer? The Free Guy.
Oh, I didn't even know. I don't even know what that is.
That's the one I want to see. The Ryan Reynolds GTA version.
Oh, we got that. We got Suicide Squad. I mean, right now the door's kind of open with Showcase. They're really liking us.
Here's the thing. It is rubbish.
It's pure.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm too invested. I have seen 8 of these movies. If there's 2 more, screw it. I mean, I might as well. Like,
oh shit, when does that come out? The new Resident Evil movie.
That's gonna come out, I believe, in September. I think it's September.
Oh wow!
And then before that yet? It's not out. There's no trailer out yet. We don't have a
lot of movies. I think Spider-Man comes out end of this year, doesn't it?
December, baby, December.
And no trailer.
Home. But that's understandable. Look, Eternals comes out in November. We still haven't gotten a full trailer, so we probably won't see anything Spider-Man until like Shang-Chi, when we're getting Eternals trailer with Black Widow.
Okay, all right, yeah, but there's a lot of stuff coming out. Oh boy,
there's a lot of stuff, man. But to kind of close out the Clone Wars stuff and move on to Rebels, So the Clone Wars does explore a little bit of Mandalore as well, what happens there, and what we see in the show. Obviously, the Mandalorian, Bo-Katan. Her sister is actually has a little bit of a relationship with our guy on the right there, Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh my!
And and that's another interesting thing. Obviously, Jedi's are not allowed to. They're abstinent. They're not allowed to have the babies. But we know that Anakin didn't listen to that, and Star Wars, the Clone Wars, tells us that possibly Obi-Wan did not listen to that. But it is a very emotional arc. She is the queen of Mandalore, Obi-Wan, and she is killed, and so he loses his love. It's a very sad, emotional thing. But that also ties it, to the Mandalorian and what's going on there. Darth Maul did take over Mandalore, and so they're picking up the pieces you can kind of see still in the Mandalorian.
Okay.
And then finally, the big one was the end of season 6 before season 7. Ahsoka exits the Jedi Order. We do have a Discord server. Tuscan, maybe we can, maybe Ty or somebody can drop that in the link, in the link in the comments. But basically, Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order. She makes the decision the Jedi are doing things that she does not agree with, and she decides to kind of be an in-between. She's not a Jedi, but she's not a Jedi. I mean, she still has the Force. She does turn in her lightsaber, and that's kind of where it leaves off with going into season 7. Obviously, she learns a lot, and even in The Mandalorian, I believe she's still not a Jedi. Even her lightsabers kind of indicate that there's no color to them. She hasn't, taken the light side or the dark side. So yeah, I think that kind of wraps up the whole Clone Wars arc. There was a lot of stuff introduced that's definitely going to fill in some gaps. We'll see obviously with Bad Batch. We've now seen a few different perspectives of Order 66. We even saw a different perspective in a video game, Star Wars, Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order, which featured a new character, Cal. So you see his perspective of Order 66. So that'll be cool to see another one, hopefully tonight. But after the Bad Batch, after Star Wars, the Clone Wars, after the Mandalorian, we have Star Wars Rebels.
Wait, Rebels is after the Mandalorian.
Let me think. Right, hold on.
I thought Rebels was before.
Hold on, I gotta figure out the timeline. Hold up. Never mind. Rebels is not before Mandalorian. You are correct. Guys, it's a long time. Look, guys. Hey, Tuscan, this is a lot of lore. Okay, I got a lot of stuff in my head, so things can get jumbled around. Okay, So Rebels does happen before Mandalorian, because we do see and we get this new character, Ezra Miller, not Ezra Miller, but Ezra I call him.
It looks like Ezra Miller a little bit.
It kind of does look like it. It's the Flash, guys. Rebels is 5 years before A New Hope. That's right. But that's another interesting thing I got to look into, because Dave Filoni said that the episode of Mandalorian takes place after, or the episode where Ahsoka shows up in Mandalorian takes place, I think, before. I don't know. He said something interesting about the timeline that kind of messed me up.
Wait,
Ezra Bridger. So that's Ezra Bridger. He's a new Jedi introduced in Rebels, and basically, I mean, there's not much connection, I would think, to that in Bad Batch. Rebels was really Ezra's story. It introduced Thrawn, brought back Ahsoka, and that was another cool thing in Rebels. You get to see Ahsoka and Darth Vader go at it, not Anakin, but Darth Vader. And Rebels did introduce another interesting theory into the Star Wars universe, and that was time travel. There's an episode Yes. So Star Wars Rebels, there's an episode where Ezra and Ahsoka confront Darth Vader, Darth
because
Vader.
I thought I saw that. That's in Rebels.
That's in Rebels, right?
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know. I did not know that. Fun fact: Ezra was born the day of Order 66.
Wait, then who made him a Jedi?
It's the other. I'm not gonna lie. I only watched Rebels once because of the animation, but it's cool. Was much bigger fan of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But Rebels was definitely like a more kid show.
Okay.
Like more kid oriented. Probably the two darkest things of that show were Ahsoka versus Darth Vader, and the death of Darth Maul. You know that Rebels, you do see Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul. Once and for all.
All right. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Right.
I didn't realize all this good stuff was happening.
There's a lot, like I said, Rebels does introduce, and that's where I think Rebels might become more important now.
Okay.
Because he wasn't born in the Order. No Jedi. Right. Yeah, he wasn't born into the Order. He's being trained by this guy with the face. I forgot his. He's being.
Yeah, that's
trained
what I was
by
wondering.
someone.
Who trained him? Like, if I'm assuming all the Master Jedi are gone, where Yoda's at Dagobah, Obi-Wan's in Tatooine, well, supposedly, but we'll find out. And I guess Obi-Wan.
Jarrus, Canon Jarrus. That's right. He's the trainer of Ezra. I've only seen him. It's been years though. So he was Kanan.
So some Master Jedi survived. A lot of Jedi survived Order 66.
There were a few Master Jedis that survived. I don't think we know all of them. We know the basics. We know Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Yoda. Obviously, this guy Kanan. We know from Jedi Fallen Order that Cal, this other character Cal, is still around. So some did survive. There was another one in Fallen Order that survived, but he went crazy on Darthmere and started using the dark side of the Force and all this other stuff. So we do know some did make it out. But I think back to the kind of introduction of
Caleb Dune
time travel. I loved Kanan or Caleb Dune. I read through his Order 66. I read through his Order 66 book. Let's see. Yeah, so let's see. In the spoilers, Ahsoka versus Darth. Ahsoka versus Darth Vader fight. Dune, right? Testament productions. Yeah, perfect. So basically, back to time travel. Rebels introduces time travel, and in that scene where Ahsoka and Vader are fighting, Ezra is kind of in this limbo, if you will, right? But he's seeing what's going on with Ahsoka and Vader. Right when Vader is about to kill her, he basically time travels, grabs her, and pulls her back out, and they're back into this limbo. And so it introduces this idea that somehow, some way, yes, you can actually time travel in the Star Wars universe and change some things. Terran Nugget from Darthmere and Fallen Order. That's right.
I got a question. Do you think that Filoni, if Kathleen Kennedy goes and Filoni comes in with Favreau, they could use that time travel plot device to erase the new trilogy?
I've already heard rumors that, and I don't know. I don't know if they would actually go this far because that's a big thing to literally come out and go.
They may not erase it, but they'll just continue doing the story from the Mandalorian onwards and just let it go and take it wherever they want to take it without worrying about interrupting that J.J. Abrams timeline.
You don't have too much to worry about because I'll be honest with you, nobody cares about Rey and nobody cares about Finn. Yeah. Who were apparently supposed to take off. Nobody cares. That's why they're doing The Mandalorian. That's why Rey doesn't have a movie. That's why Finn doesn't have a movie or a show. That's why we're still in the Skywalker lore because nobody could give two craps what happens afterwards. Why? Because we already all know what happens before and during. And there's a lot that hasn't even been shown on screen yet. Yeah. So why the heck are we coming up with? Anyways, that's a whole other thing. But I think it'd be interesting to see how if they were to retcon it. From what I heard, I mean, I've heard a lot of rumors, but I've heard things from Lucas is coming back to actually write with Filoni a new what would
Did you
be
see
like
Lucas's face when he's on set of The Mandalorian and he's holding Baby Yoda? He just looks so pleased.
Oh, so great. So great. Yeah, I know. And that's the other thing too, is like to see to see that Lucas, still like loves these characters and is enjoying what Filoni's doing with it. Yeah. Obviously, he was pretty quiet during the new sequel trilogy. But he's been he's voiced his opinion about how much he likes The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting.
Because they took the philosophies of the original Star Wars movies and put that in The Mandalorian. And you know what I love about The Mandalorian? It's not trying to blow your mind with crazy storytelling. It's just a simple story. Bounty hunter has a child and is trying to get him home. And, Star Wars doesn't need to blow your mind. It's if you have good characters and good writing, you have a good story. And that's what it is. I'm going to make you cry. I'll cry in a minute.
Oh, I'm curious now what he's going to say. That was the thing about The Mandalorian, man. It gets back to during the shooting of The Last Jedi. It's rumor that Mark Hamill was going to the. Yes, it's not rumored. There's actual footage, and we will be talking about Friday because guess what? Even though Mark Hamill says quote unquote, Mark Hamill told Rian Johnson, I quote unquote fundamentally disagree with what you have done with this character.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, Mark Hamill straight up said after the production was done, after the movie was finished, and he was doing a press conference, he said, I still disagree with what he did, but this is the best Star Wars movie since the original trilogy. Period.
Yeah,
Bam,
Disney
Tusken,
at all did
facts, not. Baby.
Disney at all had nothing to do with that, with like a gun to his head.
Right. Yeah.
Or a blaster to his head.
So again, facts, Tusken. And look, that was the beauty of it, right? Is that every Star Wars fan, that go ahead, fact check me, dude. I ain't Trump over here, but I think that's
true
why.
Story. The Last Jedi is Trump's favorite movie.
It is his favorite, right? Is that The Last Jedi for years and years and years, right? Star Wars was a universe that you have to service the fans. You have to, because if you don't, look what happened to George Lucas, the creator of the trilogy.
He was saying he liked it.
I'm starting to think The Last Jedi sucks now, dude. Come on, dude. Get your facts straight.
You know how Last Jedi didn't leave an impression? Because when people say I'm going to watch Jedi, everyone still knows it's Return of the Jedi and not The Last Jedi.
Right. But I think I totally forgot what I was saying because that threw me off. I'm starting to think The Last Jedi sucks now. I think it was a cool thing that they subverted expectations, right? It's a series of films where you have to service the fans, because if not, they will literally, degrade you into retirement. Look at George Lucas, or into selling his franchise. So I liked that The Last Jedi, everybody was thinking after all these years, Luke's going to come back as this badass. The Last Jedi is better than Zack Snyder's Justice League. I will say that. I'll say that. The Last Jedi is, but that, I mean, look, they're whole different levels of movies, man. I'm sorry, they're whole different. Like Zack Snyder's Justice League is just starting a universe. Last Jedi is like taking all of these elements from a very established universe
and then crapping all over them,
enhancing them, and literally making it so that, guess what? You don't have to be a stupid freaking Skywalker to have, powers and be a Jedi. You can be a kid who's a slave that sweeps floors,
Wait, isn't she Palpatine's granddaughter?
Yeah, Rey, but
Last Jedi, she's not a random person anymore.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, they were clearly setting that up in the first movie, like who are her parents? Otherwise, they would have shown them. They were setting her up to be Kenobi.
But see, that's what Ryan was saying. Look, every fan was going, okay, her parents are Obi-Wan, or Luke's gonna come back.
Obi-Wan and that chick, whoever you mentioned earlier.
Right. Or Luke is gonna come back in the most badass way, epic Luke style. Mm-hmm. And that's what I loved about it, is it took all of the things that every Star Wars fan thought they knew going into that movie, and said, no, we're doing things differently. And that for me is what makes the Star Wars movies still good, still relevant. They're not just rehashing the same thing every time, unless it's The Force Awakens or The Rise of Skywalker.
Jedi, that whole battle on the Salt Planet and the bigger AT-AT walkers wasn't the same thing. Rey going down, having a vision in the cave wasn't the same thing.
Elements, yes, but it was nowhere near close to the nostalgia. Like, dude, Force Awakens was A New Hope.
Yeah,
and Rise of Skywalker is its own thing, dude. It's just trash.
Yeah, I don't like any of them. I remember when I left
trash.
When I left The Force Awakens, I'm like, oh my god, what did they do? You know, like, and everyone was like, this movie's great. I'm like,
I wasn't as upset. Like, I liked what they did with Han Solo. I liked that they.
Oh my god, they made him a deadbeat dad. The dude, his own.
I know, not that, but I mean that he killed his character. That they killed. That was the only part that I was. Like,
I think he wanted that. Like, he just does not give a crap about Star Wars.
Right.
They must have paid him a lot of money to be in Rise of Skywalker. It didn't look like he combed his hair. He just showed up on set like, I'm gonna say my lines and leave.
Right. Let's see. He said mood equals kill. Oh, because I said that Zack Snyder's Justice League isn't as good as Star Wars for BB. Anyways, but no, I think that I think besides The Last Jedi, the sequel trilogies are trash. The Last Jedi is literally the only Star Wars movie that does things different than all the other Star Wars movies. It keeps it alive. It keeps it alive.
But it almost killed the franchise, though.
No, it didn't. It got more people talking about it than ever. People are
but not for the right reasons.
Guess what? More people are still talking about The Last Jedi than Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker. Whether you think it's a good
bad, that's why.
No,
dude, look what happened right after that.
Is that it's
Han
good
Solo
or bad.
Comes out a few months later and crashed. Finally, you had a Star Wars movie that bombed at the box office.
But that's not because of Rise of Skywalker.
It is absolutely because of Rise of Skywalker.
Because nobody cared.
Because of The Last Jedi. Yeah,
it was because of Last Jedi. It was absolutely not. It was because nobody go back to that time frame. Go to the social media comments. Go back to the time when they announced that they said they were going to do a solo film. Every comment, every Star Wars fan, everybody said, "I don't need this and I don't want it." I really like. There was absolutely no hype or interest.
So you're saying The Last Jedi played no part in that movie bombing?
Zero. Absolutely none.
Really? I disagree.
Absolutely none. If they would have put a Star Wars movie that people wanted to see in May, it would have made $1 billion freaking dollars. I guarantee you. Nobody wanted to see
The Last Jedi.
Movie. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because that doesn't carry into the Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker did well, but not that well.
Yeah, but that was just. I think that was
people did not want to see the continuation of the story. So when you're going to Rise of Skywalker, you have no idea that it's going to be a bad movie. You're just going in to see the completion of what happens after The Last Jedi. Enough people said that, you know what? I don't care what happens after The Last Jedi.
You're right. And you know what? I make the argument that The Last Jedi makes for a better finale than Rise of Skywalker. Much better for that. It's actually they should have ended it with The Last Jedi. That's where it should have. It should have left off there.
Maybe. But I'm gonna go ahead and say something controversial. I didn't get the hard on everyone had for Kylo Ren. I don't get why everyone loved him.
I'm not crazy. I mean, look. There's still things in the trilogy. Like, look. I don't like Rey. I don't like Finn, and I don't like Kylo Ren.
What about Poe Dameron?
Stuck with him for these movies, he's all right. Han Solo.
I like Oscar. Oscar Isaac a little bit.
I like him
the lady
too,
with the pink hair. What was her name? The one who didn't want to tell the plan. What was her name? The lady with the pink hair, Laura Dern's character. Yeah, the whole plot of it's like, I'm not telling you what we're gonna do, and I'm like, oh, she's got something up her sleeve. No, she doesn't. She's.
But see, I like that. I got behind that story. That was for me.
Yeah, but the whole point of her not telling Poe made no. It felt like they needed a reason to create conflict. You need them to leave. Holdo,
I can see that. And look, there are elements still of The Last Jedi that I don't think are that great. But I still think it's the strongest Star Wars film since The Empire Strikes Back.
Rose Tico, that was the other one.
For sure. Yeah, Rose. You had Rose. I liked Rose. I didn't think Rose. And I even liked Last Jedi had a little cameo from Benicio del Toro.
Oh yeah, he was in it.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Rise of the Skywalker suffered from a lot of similarities of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and except more in a like J.J. Abrams was just trying to crap on Rian Johnson stuff.
Yeah.
But look, that whole thing was kind of a mess from the beginning. And again, I think that's blamed on Kathleen. Kathleen saw the business side of it, and that was getting 3 different directors, right? It's what the old trilogy had done, get 3 famous different directors to do their creative vision, their story. The dumb part...
That was Rose Tico.
That was down with...
I don't even know if she was actually Chinese, but,
the part that she messed up on was that for some reason she decided to not put all of these same directors and writers in the same room and go, hey, come up with a coherent story. She was just like, we'll do it a film at a time. We'll take it as it goes. We'll do it live.
So, no one knows what that was a reference to. I love it.
Right.
I love it. We'll do it live.
Yeah.
That's got to be in Jive and Jack. We got to make that like a GIF or something. We'll do it live.
That'll be a segment. It's going to be a segment called "We'll Do It Live," where we don't have anything to.
We
literally don't have a topic.
We got Jack Attack, and
I think "We Do It Live" should be like we don't have a topic, and like we have to go have something in the chat.
Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just have Bill O'Reilly come and say, "We'll do it live."
Do it live.
His hair, the way his hair bounces on his head.
Yeah, right here. I can do it live.
Yeah. I have no idea if anyone knows what that's a reference. So we'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, so I think that the prequels definitely get a lot more love now. I think with the Clone Wars and with Rebels, and with people just saying how horrible the new trilogy was besides The Last Jedi. Mm-hmm. There's definitely a lot of appreciation for them. And 2, they're doing a really good job with The Mandalorian. They're doing a really good job with Ahsoka and still keeping it like in the Skywalker timeline.
Yeah.
I think as a fan, I definitely am interested to see them go outside of the timeline, and hopefully, there's some cool things like the Star Wars Acolyte and things like that I hope we'll get to explore. Some other eras that are in the Star Wars mythology that we haven't seen on screen. Love to see Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, who wouldn't? Ooh, I've been made a moderator. No, I'm a tool. That's right. You're our tool, Billy. No, I'm kidding. We love you.
And please tune in tomorrow for TY's Corner. Remember, that's that guy. That guy saying that stuff.
Hi. Tyler, I don't even make myself a moderator. So yeah, I think that about wraps up the Star Wars animated universe recap.
Yeah, that was
It's
great.
funny because we barely scratched the surface, and I feel like I haven't shut up for the past hour and a half.
No, that's good. That's what this is for, because I've learned a lot. Now I feel better prepared for this when I watch it in the morning. But real quick, before we close out, this reminder for people, if you're interested in supporting our show, here is our creator, Tyler. Oh, I thought that was a voiceover. So if you're interested in... I thought it was going to be a voiceover. I saw there was a video here. I'm like, whatever. How long can I speak over this?
Billy's enjoying this.
Yeah, Billy's enjoying it. Look, if you're interested in becoming a patron, the links are in the description below. We do need support as much as we can, especially we're starting new shows. And merch, please buy merch. We need you to buy our merch. Jive with Jack starts May 25th, and we're probably going to get canceled by May 25th, like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. YouTube and the tech industries will hopefully take us down. But let's give a thanks to our patrons. We have Caden Reed, Nick DePalma, Billy Roberts. There we go, my man. Adam Silvestri, That One Carlos, and ODD. We can't thank you enough for becoming a patron. So if you like the show and you want to see more of this stuff, remember there's a morning show every morning, right? Yep. Every morning.
Hey guys. Yeah, guys, again, like Jack said, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Jack says, fun fact, I'm the best Call of Duty player here. You probably are, because I don't play Call of Duty.
I'm trying to set that up with Chad Michael Collins. So
there you go.
Ooh, yeah, I'm in with him.
That'd be really cool.
He's so sweet. You know what Chad Michael Collins did? My sister thought he was so hot, but she wanted to meet him, but she didn't have her makeup on. So I asked him. He was filming a movie somewhere overseas, and he actually filmed a little video for my sister wishing her a happy birthday.
Oh,
so,
how cool.
It was actually really nice. He did it.
That is very cool. So yeah, we'll
oh my God! How did I not just notice that these guys have similar names?
Billy Roberts, Tyler Roberts.
I never even put that together. What if Billy is Tyler? I don't know.
What if it's a clone? Oh my God!
What if it's a clone? Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we still got a fun week ahead. Tomorrow, Ty's Corner will review the Bad
TY's Corner.
That's all, folks. We'll review the Bad Batch tomorrow on Ty's Corner. And then Wednesday we'll get into the Skywalker saga on a deep dive on Quick Dip.
Yep.
And Friday we'll do a Star Wars debate.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, Thursday for TY's Corner.
We'll
We might
figure
just do a
something
regular
out.
show. We might just do a regular show. We'll
We
talk
might.
about the Kardashians getting canceled, or I don't know.
No, I don't know. We'll do something for
We'll
Ty's
figure
Corner.
something out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, guys, it's a fun week. Do it live. Join us for the morning show. Definitely like, share, subscribe.
Yep.
I'm trying to. What's next? What's next for Star Wars? What's next for Star Wars? Well, let me tell you what's next for Star Wars. I'm taking over. No. After Star Wars, after the Bad Batch, I believe we got the Book of Boba Fett. Next year we get Mandalorian season 3. We get Ahsoka. Not sure the timeline for Star Wars Visions as to when that's coming out, but that's going to be like an anime, kind of like the Jendy Turboski that we covered a little earlier. I'm kind of expecting that they're going to grab some anime people and kind of make a style like that. So I mean, as far as I know, the universe of Star Wars is ever expanding. For those of you on the game side of things, I believe I read recently that Battlefront 3 is in development, as well as a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order.
That's the one game I keep forgetting to buy because I have so many games I haven't played yet, and I got the stupid PS5 sitting here, which I barely play anymore. But
I got Fallen Order. I got Fallen Order. I got Squadrons.
That's the kid, Jerome Valeska from Gotham, right? That's him, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure it's canon. So that's another cool thing that they kind of introduce some things in there that as you're playing the game, you're like, this is pretty cool. You know, it adds on to the lore and the mythology.
Probably next year.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But Anakin Skywalker's story is the best story in cinema history. It's definitely a all-time phenomenal story arc.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It's American mythology. I always call that in like comic book stuff American mythology.
You just can't go wrong with your dad is evil, wants to take over the galaxy and cuts your hand off story arc. You know what I mean? It's just
he's not TY's clone. Is he saying Tyler's uglier?
And I can test the fact Billy is not Tyler's clone. He's much uglier. Ooh! Hey, where's our moderators at? Keep it nice.
Yeah, wait, is Billy one of the moderators?
But yeah, guys, definitely a lot to look forward to this month and this week. Jiving with Jack.
Yep.
Lots of fun
stuff. Jack's coming. A lot of fun stuff. All right, guys. You know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. He already said all of that. Remember, we do it for you, and we do it for the culture.